Dear aspirants, good evening. Welcome to my channel, JOSLET Knowledge Hub. Today, I came with my first video. Okay. I'm going to take a brief class on various parts of Indian Constitution. I don't intend to go in a detailed class on various parts of Indian Constitution. I'll just help you to remember various parts in its order. So the thing is, when the constitution was prepared or drafted, originally there were only 22 parts. Then later stage, one part got deleted or removed. I'll tell that name of that part later in this same video. Then four parts got added to the constitution in a later stage with various amendments act. So we have originally 22 parts, then later 4 parts got added to the 22 parts, then one part got deleted or removed. We can start with uh, our class. I'm going to start with a definition of a nation. A nation is a territory where all peoples are led by a single government. You please remember this definition. It will be helpful when I am teaching about various parts. So, we have made a constitution. We have made a constitution for government or for a nation. So, first we will talk about the nation. We will call India as union government. Union government with its territories. So, part 1 is union and its territories. Okay, in the definition of a nation, I told a nation is a territory where all people are led by a single government. So, first part is union and territories. Then, naturally, you just understand there is a piece of land, but there are no inhabitants. Whether we can call it as a nation, we can't because there are no people. So, when we term a piece of land as a nation means there should be one government, there should be people, and there should be the territory. So, next important thing is people. For a nation, eh, we call its people are citizens. So, you can remember first we start with union and territories, then we will go to people. People means citizen. How the citizens will become citizens of this nation? By getting citizenship. So, second part is citizenship. You just see, there is a nation, there are people. Will we be able to call all people in a nation as their citizen? No. There will be other people. Some people will come to that nation as migrant workers or laborers. Some people will come as tourists, and some people will come as illegal migrants. So, what makes the difference? A citizen is a person who enjoys some privileges over other people in the same nation. So, citizens are enjoying some privileges. These privileges we can call as rights. A nation is ensuring all its citizens should enjoy some privileges equally. without any discrimination. That kinds of privileges or rights, we will call them as fundamental rights. So first we learned union and territories, then citizenship. Third one is fundamental right. Okay, citizens of the state or citizens of a nation enjoys fundamental rights. The nation is liable to ensure these fundamental rights. So there should be some principles which directs the state to frame its policies, that we call as directive principles of state policy. Then the fourth part is directive principles. I told you that originally only 22 parts were there in our constitution. Later, 4 parts were included in the constitution. So there will be a question. If we want to add one new part to the present constitution, where we will add that part? Okay. If we are changing the number of the present parts, what will happen? Everything will get changed because articles are arranged in various parts. So if we change the number means literally we have to change the entire constitution. So that is practically not possible. Then the other option is we can add that part as 23 or 23rd. Then what will happen? Its priority will be lost. You just imagine you are going to a supermarket. For that you are making a list. So the thing is, on the way you are remembering that you just forgot one of the vital or most important item to write in that slip or in that list. If you are adding that item as last item, what will happen? When you go to supermarket, you are taking every items as per the list. At one point you understand your money got finished. What will happen? Naturally you won't be able to purchase that important item whether it is added as the last item. So the priority of a part should never be lost. The only possible way to add is incorporating that new part as an extension of one of the present part, like subsection A, B, C, like that way. So here we have added one new part, that is fundamental duties. So we learned what is union and territories, how important citizenship, then that citizens are enjoying some rights, fundamental rights, and the states is directed in a manner that all citizens should enjoy fundamental rights equally. The problem is you are a citizen of a state, you are enjoying some rights. If you are enjoying some rights, naturally you have to do some duties. In the case of constitution, we call them as fundamental duties. So it has been added as 4A. Fundamental duties. So first I told the definition of a nation. So all the words in that definition got covered within these 5 parts. So we have union and territories as part 1, then citizenship, then fundamental duties, then directive principles of state policies, then fundamental duties. Then we are going to elaborate various administrative decisions of The government, here it is union government. In the case of India, India is a federation of states with unitary tendencies. That means more power lies with central government. So we should start with union government. Part 5 is union government, which is the second important administrative division. It's nothing other than states. Part 6 is states. Initially, I told you about the removal of one part from the constitution. Only one part has been deleted from our constitution so far. That part is, it's easy to remember. Part which got removed is part B, states. So you can easily remember it forever. Part B, states, got removed from constitution. So the seventh part of the constitution got removed. That is part B, states. Now you see union government, states, part B, states. Then we have union territories. Then we will go to the next part. After union territories come Panchayat, part 9. Panchayat. I told you 4 parts were added to the constitution in a later stage. I have already told you that one was fundamental duties. Then another is municipality and cooperative societies. So municipalities and cooperative societies are added as 9A, 9B. So municipality, cooperative societies. So next part is scheduled and tribal areas, which are primarily ruled by President of India. Part 10 is scheduled and tribal areas. Now, just now we have covered various administrative divisions of government of India. Then we just imagine we have union government, we have states. How they are related or how they should do their affairs. It has been directed by the constitution per se. So the next part is relationship between union and states. So we have a union government, and the union government has various state governments as its parts. Then they have to do their affairs. The main resource which is needed for a better ruling or better governance is money. So it is easy to remember finance. Next part is 12. finance. I won't tell the detailed name of every parts. I just want to remember various parts in their order. So I'll just write that one word which can convey the whole sentence or whole words in the part. So we covered finance. Then next is trade. Just to remember, I'm telling how we will make money. Usually from the ancient time onwards, people make money by trade. So it is easy to remember. Next part is trade. Then via trade, government is getting lot of money. Government is getting money. How government will use that money? By providing various services to its people. So it is easy to remember that next part is services. All India services will come under this part. Services we just now covered. Then the next part is, you just imagine, we are getting services from government. We are not satisfied with those services. So what will happen? We are approaching to court to file complaint against government. So it is easy to remember that we are approaching to court, tribunals. So the next part is tribunals. This tribunals, this part has been added in a later stage. So we can give the number as 14a, tribunals. For you to easily understand the various parts, I am telling some story. Okay. So it doesn't have any relationship with what exactly happened while they framed the constitution. You just imagine, we approached tribunals and we gave complaints against the government, telling that we are not satisfied with their services. And the tribunal, the judges are appointed by government. So naturally, it is unlikely for them to take a stand against government. So the people of India decided to change the government. How people can change the government? The only way is election. So the next part is election. So election is going to happen. So some people are telling, okay, we are minority and there are very less number of people in our community. So we also should get some representation. For that, one part has been prepared. That part is special provisions related to certain classes. So 60 is special provisions. So the election happened. You just imagine, central government, that election has been happened. So all MPs from all states went to Delhi, there to meet in parliament. So one new question or one new problem arises. How they will communicate each other? Because all states will have different regional language. So in that ancient time, or in that old time, it was very difficult to communicate each other unless there is a common language. So language became an issue. So there are provisions for an official language. So the next part is official language. So now all our MPs got an official language. They started to talk. So what will happen if people start to talk, especially if they belong to various political parties? Fight will happen among them. So you just assume a scenario. People from one state, I don't want to mention any state, one state came there. Their ideology is totally different from the party's ideology, which got majority seats in Lok Sabha. So this state people or this particular state MPs decided to secede from the union or part away from Indian Union. So is it possible? As per the Constitution of India, no state can remove from union by itself. Okay. So India is called as an indestructible union of destructible states. States can be destructed only by union. State itself cannot alter its territory or border. That decision will be taken by parliament. So one state decide to revolt against the center. So what parliament will do? Parliament will impose presidential rule in that state and they will declare it as state emergency. So there should be provisions for emergency. So the next part is emergency. Now almost every parts have been completed. Constitution is almost ready. So some people are told, okay, we should give some space for some miscellaneous items. When you plan budget for your family expenses, you will keep some money extra for miscellaneous expense. The same way, Constitution has given an exclusive part for miscellaneous items to be included. So the next is miscellaneous. Now the Constitution has been made, it is ready. Then there is a thought, will it be possible for the Constitution cater to all needs which might have arisen in future? Literally not possible. Okay, according to situations, we should be allowed to make alterations in the Constitution. So for that there is a provision, that is amendment provisions. So that part of the Constitution is amendment. Then two more parts are there in the Constitution as 21 and 22 originally, and now it will come as 24th and 25. I'm not going to mention those parts, that you can learn by yourself. Thank you for watching my video. If you want more classes on any areas which you feel difficult to learn, you can write it in the comment section. Please subscribe my channel and support me and my channel.